Alright, time to check on one of my clients. Let's see here, Soulja Boy. Oh my god. He's not really saying that. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. Yes, it's your attorney. Yes, you remember me. You hired me to make sure that you weren't gonna get sued. Yeah, so what's up with the tweets, huh? What are you tweeting this stuff for? Oh, the haters, right? The haters are gonna go ahead and get your ass sued to death in court by Nintendo. Oh, really? Oh, you don't care about that? Well, I do, cause I'm your attorney. You're gonna delete them? Good. Because that's exactly what you need to do. Stay off social media. Stop incriminating yourself. Oh my god, you're gonna make it impossible for me to get you off in court! Would I ever agree to work with that idiot? Oh yeah, money. Yeah, win or lose, I'll still get paid. Soulja Boy is a little mad at us YouTubers for exposing his consoles as complete and total ripoffs. If you didn't know, Soulja Boy is a once well-known popular rapper who has gotten into the console business and ended up selling some Chinese bootleg consoles that feature copywritten content, namely games from many companies. The problem is that because these systems are preloaded with these games, Soulja Boy is committing some form of copyright infringement by selling them without having the proper licenses for every single one of these games. If anybody could sell Super Mario on any type of system they wanted to, don't you think they would do it? Think about how much money you could potentially make by creating a Raspberry Pi retro console and then just selling it with an upcharge of $40 while including thousands of ROMs. You would be rich. But just like people who cannot burn CDs or DVDs and then just sell them as if they were the real product, you can't sell a video game franchise without the proper license. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have the proper licenses, because we don't know. But what I'm going to show you today, his tweets, his behavior, how he replies to people, would indicate that if he had the proper license, he would literally just say, hey, I have the proper licenses, you guys need to back off. But that's not what he does. So, this has just been a short rundown of what Soulja Boy has been doing wrong, just to get you caught up, because maybe you don't know about what's going on. Today, we're actually going to be taking a good look at the comments defending Soulja Boy and how Soulja Boy has gotten quite angry at us YouTubers for exposing him once again. So much so that he lashed out on Twitter and then deleted those very same comments. I wonder why he would do that. You don't think he's afraid, do you? Maybe he's scared of us YouTubers. How many attorneys representing Konami, Capcom, Nintendo, and Sony alone are just screen capping Soulja Boy's tweets daily? I mean, I'm really curious because they're probably foaming at the mouth right now at the amount of evidence that this guy puts out against himself. It's called self-incrimination. Here in America, we have a law against that. That's why when you get arrested, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to not self-incriminate. So when someone asks you a question that might incriminate you, if you answer it, you are permitted to remain silent and not answer that question based upon self-incrimination. Recently, another YouTuber lost a court case for destroying wetlands in Washington, and this was due to massively in part of his self-incriminating videos and tweets of him doing just that, explaining what he had done. And they were used as evidence against him in court. It's the same exact thing that can be applied here. That Soulja Boy, even though he might delete the tweets he makes, it's still self-incriminating. And so he has incriminated himself with these tweets. But I know what you're saying. What did he say exactly? It can't be that bad, right? I'm so happy you asked that. Let's take a look at just one tweet at first. 22nd of December, 2018, 7:05 a.m. Nintendo ain't gonna do shit. I really appreciate the apostrophe in ain't. He's gone the extra mile to not finish the word going to, or even abbreviate it as gonna. 10 out of 10 grammar. You really had me fooled there, Soulja Boy. I thought you were an English professor for a minute. But enough roasting his linguistic mastery of his wordsmithing. How's about it, folks? Nintendo ain't gonna do nothing, right? Right after they buy his console and discover it's preloaded with the software that they currently sell. Yeah, kind of like how Sony bought a hacked PlayStation off of eBay and is now taking the seller to court. No, that'll never happen, right? So you might be saying to yourself right now, what current software can the Soulja game consoles run that is currently being sold by Nintendo if it really can only run games up to the PlayStation 1? See, even though people perceive the Wii U and the 3DS to be kind of too old, dated, or flopped, in the case of the Wii U, it still has a thing called Virtual Console, where Nintendo currently sells games like the Super Mario Brothers, one of the games that could potentially be found on the Soulja Boy's game consoles. The multiple consoles that he's on, you could potentially find Super Mario Brothers on that, preloaded. And let's not forget the NES Classic. So if any of those games on the NES Classic were found on the Soulja game consoles at all, that would mean, to some degree, copyright infringement has been committed. Because currently, Nintendo doesn't really license their IPs out. Not that often. I believe there is on the Chinese market right now, the Nvidia Shield that legally has listed a few of Nintendo's IPs being ran on it. But outside of that, I can't say since the Philips CDI that Nintendo has really ever licensed their IPs to many companies, if any, at all. Philips CDI did a lot of damage, so it's understandable that Nintendo would not want to license out their IPs to companies that have game consoles that can personally make good Nintendo games and or run them properly. People have made the claim that we just don't know the deals that Soulja Boy has made behind closed doors, and that he might actually have licensed all these games. Mario, Zelda, Street Fighter, Metal Gear, who knows the limit to what these companies have licensed out to him and allowed him to use their IPs. Who knows? There could be no limit. Except that maybe, perhaps, it would be licensed to a system that actually ran the games well. According to Rerez, his review of this system, there is screen tearing and FPS problems on an NES itself. Let me say that again. Screen tearing on an NES. Game Boy Advance, and other systems from 20 years ago. Screen tearing is basically when the frames don't sync up properly and the game can't be run properly at the proper frame rate, resolution, and speed. There's screen tearing where the screens don't match up. It looks ugly, it's awful, and that's why VSync was made. That's why it's important to turn VSync on your PC games so that you get a consistent 60 FPS, 30 FPS, whatever you want to set it to. And let me say that again, that's screen tearing on games that are over 20 years old. So you really think Nintendo would sell their IP to a piece of shit like that? Let's look at another wonderfully constructed tweet. I'm not scared of Nintendo or none of you fat nerds making YouTube videos. Eat a dick, and thanks for the free promo. Little boy, sit your ass down and curb your pathetic attempts to make us YouTubers feel bad for exposing your trash, childish punk ass. Using insults to defend yourself definitely isn't a good look, fam. You already look incredibly stupid. Now you just confirmed how ignorant you really are. A wise man once said, "It is better that they assume you are stupid rather than you opening your mouth and confirming that you are." And as for the free promotion, I'll dedicate a week straight of videos reviewing all of your consoles if you want to send them to me. Okay? Here's the address. Are you ready for it? 4600 150th Avenue, Northeast, Redmond, WA 98052. You go ahead and send me all those consoles. I'll make sure I dedicate a week-long video reviews. Free promotion. Now, one thing I unfortunately do have to hit on is racism. This fool is attempting to convince you all that he is somehow the underdog because he is a black man, and we just want to keep him down. This is hilarious because it's not only the race card, but how rich do you think Soulja Boy is? Okay, remember, he was a former rapper, and no one is keeping this guy down. He's already made thousands upon thousands of dollars with his music. He's a big name back in the day. And now he brags about the millions that he sold from a game console as well, which, again, the attorneys are just loving to screenshot these tweets he makes. 5 million in sales. 5 million. I think you mean 5 million adjusted gross lost sales for Nintendo, which you will inevitably be forced to pay back in court when you do lose to them. In fact, I I painted a little picture for this moment. It's called The Last Soulja Boy. Do you like it? I dedicated it to you, Soulja Boy. It is art. So please be sure to pay me $1 million for it. You can't afford it, right? See, that's the point. Soulja Boy plays the race card saying he's black man. And we're just keeping him down. But he was rich. And if not then, if he somehow went broke, which again really wouldn't surprise me, tons of celebrities, musicians, they all go broke. It's fine. That doesn't matter. He admits to the 5 million in sales. So yeah, guy's a millionaire and people defend him because he's a black man people are just trying to keep down. Okay, yep. Amazingly ignorant. But what do you expect from a guy who tries to tell me, a guy who's a 4th year college student, I'm on the dean's list. That means I have to maintain a GPA of 3.5 or higher. I currently have a 3.86. That I don't know how business works. Senior, 4th year in college, military veteran, 30-year-old man, father, tons of different accolades I could list off. I don't know how business works. And nobody else knows how business works, apparently. Remember, this was a publicized tweet. So, you stay mad, Soulja Boy. It's a real good look for you. Oh, wait a second. He's not mad. Let's take a look at another tweet he made in response to someone roasting his consoles. This is going to prove that he's not mad, okay? So someone had stated that they had a new video game console themselves. It was a USB stick with trademarked Nintendo and Sega games on it, but they just slapped their name on it instead. So, what do you think Soulja Boy's reply was? An intellectual debate? He was actually going to come out with the truth and explain things. He was going to tell him, look, I have the license, you just leave me alone, man. Look at how dumb you are, I got the license. You think that was his response? Nope! He says, quote, "You're not funny, bitch, faggot-ass nerd." We got some homosexual slurs and the use of nerd again, and it's like the 1980s or something. I swear to God, man. Soulja Boy straight out of high school with those epic roasts. Somebody called fire department! It's really getting hot in here! But it's not getting hot for me. It's getting hot for Soulja Boy, because he's the one on the hot seat. But don't you worry, guys, because Soulja Boy took to deleting all of these tweets. That's right, they don't exist anymore. Now just wait a minute. I thought he wasn't scared of us, or Nintendo. So if he isn't scared, why would he delete his tweets? Because he is scared. He's scared of me. Me. Little old me. I ain't nobody. I ain't no one. He's scared of an overweight neckbeard roasting the fuck out of his 2005 ass. In this video alone, his ass has been charged so much, this piece of garbage now has hemorrhoids. But that's just from me. The entire internet is laughing at this joke of a rapper. And when the company lawyers get their hands on him, oh, it's going to be him wishing that some fat white guy on YouTube was his only problem. So Soulja Boy, just like how you are a former rapper, you can consider yourself a former millionaire. Because when these companies are done with you, and I assure you, they will get finished with you, you will wish you never knew I existed. And with that, you can fuck right off back to your shit life of selling pirated ROM consoles to casuals who don't know any better. Oh, and let's not forget the online-only console. The fuse that doesn't even work properly because we live in America, and the servers it connects to are in China. This is an online-only console, which means if you are not connected, you get kicked out of your game. And since we're so far away from China, and this console wasn't really meant to be sold outside of a Chinese market, or at least this far, you can't necessarily connect to it that well, which means you can't play the games, which means it's a useless console. So yeah, you don't think I forgot about that one, did you? Because I didn't. Nah, fam, I didn't forget. I'm going to go ahead and close with a good pal of mine, Rerez. Aforementioned, he reviewed this entire console in a massive 30-minute long video. I strongly suggest you check it out, but I want you to listen to his words in the end of that video, and then you can go check it out and see the full review of the console itself. He's very well known for reviewing terrible clone consoles. So go ahead, Rerez, close out the video.
This system clearly deserves to be among the ranks of the worst ever. Online over Twitter, Soulja Boy has told everyone that he's made a bunch of money from selling these systems. And you know what? Soulja Boy, that's great. I don't hate ya, I don't even know ya, but there are some issues here. Do you remember that music video you did for Crank That? You remember how you were wearing a shirt that had the Superman logo on it and they had to blur that out? That meant that you didn't have the rights to use that logo. Do you know what that means? When you don't have the rights to use something, they can come after you and charge you. And when you're looking at all these video game systems besides the Fuse console, you're selling consoles preloaded with games you don't own. Now look, you've made a ton of money and that's great, but remember, you didn't make money for yourself, you made money off the backs of other people's works. And maybe they're not gonna come after you today, but tomorrow, they're gonna take all that money back.
And with that, I'm just going to ask you to go ahead and like and share this video. Let other people know about this crap Soulja Boy's peddling, because if he has indeed made $5 million in sales, there's going to be a lot of disappointed people. Let them know, because I'd really hate for them to experience games like Super Mario Brothers with screen tearing and very crappy FPS, knockoffs of Mario Brothers, assuming that they're like some type of real games that came out back in the 80s that they just never played. That would be awful. These games are meant to be experienced in a great way, and you can experience them just like that with official software and hardware from Nintendo. As I said, the NES Classic and SNES Classic exist, and they're $70, around that price range. You might be able to get them cheaper on eBay too. So it's crazy to see this guy trying to sell this console with all these pirated ROMs that don't even run properly when you have the alternatives. Even Sega has like HDMI compatible consoles with preloaded ROMs from them. There's SNK Arcade that you can hook up to your TV. That's an official product. There are official alternatives, and they all are seemingly cheaper than what this guy is offering to you. So please, let other people know this by liking and sharing this video. As for me, I'm gonna have to excuse myself because I'm in dire need of a drink. Man, my voice is going. I have not ever been this fired up about a guy who just basically wants to deceive people into thinking that these crap consoles are officially his, that he somehow has these licenses, without actually coming out and claiming that he does. I mean, that'd be the final nail in the coffin, wouldn't it? I mean, Nintendo would have to take him to court if he said he had all these licenses and he didn't, which is probably why he doesn't say it. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Protomario. I'm signing out. Please click that subscribe button. I did a lot of work here. This video is going to take a long time to edit up, and I'm very, very tired. It's Christmas Eve. It's pretty ironic that it is indeed this day of days. Yes, the Soulja Boy is probably garnering a lot of sales from ignorant people who don't know any better. And this is going to be somehow a very, very crappy Christmas present that somebody's going to unwrap. And yeah, I feel really bad for them. So yeah, please make sure to like and share this video, let other people know what's going on, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys had a great week, and I hope you guys did avoid buying any of the Soulja Boy's consoles, because they are complete and total garbage. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thanks for taking time out to watch this video.